yeah, it is, man.
It's all love,
Yeah.
man. You're going to be champion.
Yeah,
Right?
thanks, man.
Keep your head up. Don't let this get you down.
For sure, man. For sure.
We all went through this, bro.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I went through it the same way. You know what I'm saying? All right, this comes back.
For sure, man. All right.
Get in shape.
You know,
What you saw tonight, thanks to NBC and their willingness to look at things differently, what you saw tonight is what happens when a matchmaker makes the fights and not a television executive or a newspaper reporter, present company accepted. What you saw were 3 tremendous fights, and we ended up with a fight that, you know, Zab Judah just like reclaimed his place. He's back, he's here, he's Zab. And again, styles make fights. You can have a bad night against one guy and look like Superman the next time, which is how he looked tonight. And the last thing I'll leave you with is when I heard that story about Vernon Paris, about how he got shot and he kept coming, and he got stabbed and he kept coming, I thought about the story of Rasputin. And I think it was kind of clear to everybody that Zab was going to have to take this guy into the deep water and find a way to drown him, and he sure did. So, give it up for Zab Judah. He's about to go fight for the title again real soon.
Is the obvious move, since this is not the upper eliminator, I guess you'll be watching the Peterson-Khan fight.
Yeah, we're also going to look at tapes of that Garcia fight tonight, because I think he'd be right for the taking too, so you never know. But again, we'll let Zab speak for himself. Here, Zab, do you want to make a speech? Do you want to answer questions? Tell me what you want to do.
Yeah, first of all, I just want to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, for blessing me with this beautiful win, for him giving me the strength and the power to go in there and fight my battle for me. You know, I prepared the temple, and he fought the fight for me. That's it.
Zab, how early did you feel that you were outclassing him and that you were at a different level from him?
Well, round 1, you know, my game plan was to come in there and you know, come in there and hurt him, hit him with some good shots because, you know, we watched him in the weigh and everything, and you know, his body didn't look to expectation of what we thought it was going to be, and you know, take no credit away from Vernon Paris. He was 26-0, undefeated, young fighter. He's beaten every opposition that was put in front of him. You know, he's made himself up to be number 3 in the world. I mean, we got to take our hat off to him and credit that man right there. So, you know, but you know, our game plan was to just use our combinations. You know, don't get sloppy, and you know, my uncle and my team, Mo and Daryl and Bill, put together a great game plan for me, and you know, I just went in there and executed it.
Yeah, what's next for you?
Right now, I don't know, man. You know, we're gonna get back home to Las Vegas tomorrow. We're gonna go to church, praise the Lord on Sunday, and you know, just I don't know, just let nature take its course.
Zab, when did you know that you were gonna knock him out, and it was a matter of time?
Well, I never knew, being that, you know, I'm an old man, you know what I'm saying? I'm an old man. They said I'm old and I'm over the hill. You know, I just haven't looked at the pound for pound in the top 10 ratings, you know, besides Manny Pacquiao and some of the Americanum. I'm probably one of the youngest guys up there. You know what I'm saying? Because Mayweather, the Klitschko's, Sergio, all the guys are older than me, Bernard. So, you know, but you know, they call me old. But I respect the old comments because that means longevity to me. I've been on the scene since 18 years old. I've been champion of the world since 21. I'm 34 years old, so I know you guys are like, he's old, we still gotta hit him again. But you know, as time goes on, I'm getting better. You know what I'm saying? My mind is in the right place right now. I got a great team behind me. You know, my business manager Bill handles the business. My uncle puts together great game plan. My trainer Mo gets my hands like lightning speed. My boy Daryl gets that body work on point. So, you know, everybody has a position in this whole team. And, you know, as you can see tonight, we put together a spectacular plan against a young, undefeated fighter.
Why is it that tonight you were able to let your hands go more than I've seen in your last couple of fights?
Well, I mean, we had the opportunity to do us. We had the opportunity of, you know, starting fresh, getting some new, you know, a new voice. A new voice in the corner, a new lead man, a new situation, new game plans, fresh soil, you know, and plus, you know, take no credit away, it's Brooklyn, you know what I'm saying? I mean, they put me back here on my soil again, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I feel like I was fighting for home turf again.
Hey, Zab, it looked to me as if you tried to extend the fight a little bit more because you felt very comfortable and probably just to, like, get back into the game and just fight a little bit more?
Well, my
you
thing,
had it under control already?
My thing was not to go in there and get wild. My thing was to dictate and stay in control the whole fight. You know, use your jab because he was looking to slip and just throw some overhand, wild, just try to catch me from out of, and you know, that wasn't gonna work. You know, I done been in with, you know, with some of the best fighters. You know, as I elaborated on my press call, you know what I'm saying. You know, I've been in with Mayweather. He's one of the fastest and the slickest fighter I ever fought. I've been in with Mickey Ward, one of the toughest fighters around today. He was my toughest fight ever. I've been in there with Lucas Matista, one of the hardest punching fighters that I ever fought in my life. You know what I'm saying? With those three guys together, you know, no disrespect to Vernon Paris, but you know, I didn't feel threatened at all.
How did it feel fighting back in Brooklyn?
It felt great. If you know what I'm saying. I guess the problem with Brooklyn is we never thought there was a place like the whole Zab Judah, but now we found somewhere, and with the new arena opening up downtown Brooklyn, I'm pretty sure you're gonna see some more Zab Judah.
Zab, considering that you were coming off an 8-month layoff, were you glad to get the rounds in? And with that being said, how soon do you want to be back in the ring?
Well, I mean, I want to be right back into the situation as possible. I mean, you know, my last outing was, you know, like you know, people say what they say, but it was a low blow, and you know, they put me on suspension. You know, once you get hit low, people don't know they place you on suspension. So I was placed on suspension from what, July to December. I couldn't fight. So then, top of the year, as soon as we got an opportunity to fight, you know, January, February, March, we took it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, if it wasn't for that situation, I would have been winning ahead and you know, got busy again.
So how soon do you want to be back in the ring?
I mean, like I said, I'll go back to the drawing table. I'll sit down with my team, my business manager, and we'll come up with a game plan. Scout out there, see who's out there. You know, who's available at the time right now, and then we'll go in there and just see what's next.
If Lamont wins against Khan, is that what you want to do?
I mean, of course. I mean, I'm a championship fighter. I mean, I want to fight the best opposition that boxing provides. And you know, if Lamont Peterson should beat Amir Khan and he's the next up, Lamont's a great friend of mine. Him and his brother Anthony and Barry, they're great friends of mine. I know them from a long time. I used them when I fought Mayweather in the training camp. So we have a lot of experience with each other. And you know, if that should be the case, then yes, then we'll go in there and do what we got to do.
Paris seemed to do a lot of talking in the ring. Can you share what he said? What was exactly?
Well, he was using what I would call ignorancy. He was saying a lot of filthy words, a lot of foul-mouthed things, and you know, trying to talk me out of my. You know, once he seen that I wasn't going to stop coming at him, he tried to talk me out of my game. You know what I'm saying? And that didn't work. I mean, you know, yeah, he's from Detroit, a tough city. I'm also from Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? New York City. You know, which is very, 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 very tough. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, anything he could try to do to me or the tricks, I've seen them all. You know what I mean? So I didn't let none of that bother me. And, you know, I just took it to him round after round.
Zab, did Vernon's chin surprise you? Because it seemed like he had a good year early.
No, I never really got off to a good one because, you know, he was kind of getting out of the way. Like I said, he was in survival mode. He got to the point where I think early, I want to say the first and second round, I cracked him with a good shot, a good hard shot. And from there, he just started playing like, you know, staying away. He stayed away, kept ducking, and like he was turning a weird way. Like, you know, I can't really like nail him good, you know what I mean? So, you know, I mean, you know, like I said, give all credit to Vernon Paris. He was young, he was 26-0, undefeated. He was a Don King fighter. And, you know, he came in here and put on the best situation that he had to put on. And
was it extra meaningful to you to be the Don King fighter after all the problems you had around?
Yeah, it was kind of a little, you know, a little dirt off the shoulder, you know what I'm saying? It was kind of cool, you know what I mean? get the old man back for once.
Did you expect more out of Vernon? Were you surprised at how little he brought to the fight? Or do you think the shot in the second round took it all out?
You know, like I said, going into this fight, I knew that my experience, once the experience take over, you know, he fought 23 of his fights in his hometown, his backyard. His biggest fight today was Tim Coleman, who was just stopped in 2 rounds last week by Kendall Hall. You know what I mean? So, you know, Kendall Hall is a great friend of mine, you know what I'm saying? You know, me and Kendall kind of sat back and, you know, we kind of put together game plans. He was like, Zab, you knock your guy out, I knock my guy out, like, let's have a contest. I mean, he won the contest with the body shot, so, you know. But that was pretty cool, though, yeah.
Zab, if Khan beats Peterson, what do you think the odds are of you getting that fight again, or do you think you'll wind up fighting someone else for the IBF title if he wins?
If Khan should beat Peterson again, you know, I would hope that I would get my just due respect and as a rematch, if it should present itself. I mean, this time, a Zab Judah of the real Zab Judah will show up wherever it should be at, and you know, I'll be looking to go in there and be very dominant, nonstop.
Khan did mention that it's going that the rematch with Peterson is going to be his last fight at 140. So more than likely the IBF time is going to be vacated.
Well, it can be. I'm still #1, so I'll be up for it next. Whoever should be there next, I'll be happy to take him on.
Now, who do you think will win that fight?
I don't know. It's a tough fight. You know, like I said, I'll be there May 19th. I'll be there as a fan. I just go there, you know, take my son. We'll go there and kick it.
Who did you have winning that fight last time? Who did you have winning the first fight between Conor and Peterson?
It was a good fight. I thought Lamont pulled it out. Lamont won the fight. The guy that won the fight won the fight. You know, it was a good close fight though. Khan fought. You know, it was a good close fight. But I thought, you know, Lamont pulled it off. You know.
Any of the young Zab Judah in Burnham, Paris, now that you look back at how you used to be as?
Well, as far as outside the ring, yeah, I seen a lot of similarities of myself from back in the days. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I tried to, you know, we had a situation at the weigh-in. You know, my children came into the door. You know, I have an 18-year-old daughter. You know, and she was with my sister, which is another 18-year-old. And he was like, oh, he brought his groupies with him. I'm like, dude, these are my kids. What are you talking about? Like, you don't use that kind of language. These are children there. You know what I mean? And he's like, yeah, you know. So, you know, I seen a lot of kind of, you know, immature movements, and you know what I'm saying. Him, like he said, he's from Detroit, which is a rough city. So he's became a product of his environment. You know, same thing which I started to do back in back in the days. But you know, hopefully, you know, he's a Christian and God gets his life right and steer him in the right direction.
Will you offer, now that it's over, will you offer words of encouragement?
I would love to sit down and talk with him one-on-one. I would love to. You know, like I said, it was a boxing fight. Like I told him at the weigh-in, we don't need to do this. Tomorrow night you'll have your opportunity. May the best man win, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I won, fight's over, now we move on. If he would have won, the fight would have been over, we would have still moved on. So all of the harsh comments, like, you know, this is not, we're not in Iraq, nowhere like that. Like, you know, you got to go outside and put your, you know, get in the, you know, nah, it's none of that. You know, it's a boxing fight. Prepare yourself, you fight, you win, you lose, that's it. Just keep it going. Get your check, though.
Congratulations.
I hope you got a check, though.